Hi there. Have you ever been jolted awake in the middle of the night by a painful leg cramp? You're not alone. As we age, these sudden, involuntary muscle contractions can become more frequent, disrupting our sleep and leaving us frustrated. But don't worry, I'm here to share how I've managed to beat leg cramps at 70. And you can too. I'm Tommy, and I've learned a thing or two about keeping those cramps at bay. In this video, I'll walk you through the foods and life lessons that have worked wonders for me. By the end, you'll have practical tips to help you enjoy restful nights and stay active during the day. First, let's talk about why leg cramps happen more often as we get older. Our muscles and nerves change with age, and factors like dehydration, poor circulation, and even some medications can make us more prone to these cramps. But the good news is, there are simple steps we can take to reduce their occurrence. Let's start with something fundamental: staying hydrated. Water is crucial for muscle function. Even mild dehydration can lead to cramps because our muscles need water to contract and relax properly. I used to think I was drinking enough, but I've learned that it's important to drink water throughout the day, not just when I'm thirsty. A good rule of thumb is to drink at least 8 8-ounce glasses of water a day. But this can vary depending on your activity level, climate, and other factors. For example, if you're more active or live in a hot climate, you might need more. I make sure to have a glass of water with every meal and snack, and I also keep a water bottle handy throughout the day. Since making this change, my cramps have become much less frequent. Another key factor is getting enough of certain minerals like potassium, calcium, and magnesium. These minerals are essential for muscle contraction and relaxation. Let's look at each one briefly. Potassium helps regulate muscle contractions. Foods rich in potassium include bananas, oranges, sweet potatoes, and spinach. I love starting my day with a banana. It's convenient and tasty. Calcium is important for muscle function as well. Dairy products like milk, yogurt, and cheese are excellent sources. But if you're lactose intolerant, you can get calcium from fortified plant milks, leafy greens like kale, and almonds. Magnesium plays a role in muscle relaxation. You can find magnesium in foods like nuts, seeds, whole grains, and dark chocolate. I enjoy a handful of almonds as a snack, and sometimes I treat myself to a small piece of dark chocolate. While supplements can be helpful, I always recommend getting these nutrients from food first. However, if you think you might be deficient, it's best to consult with your doctor before starting any supplements. Now, let's move on to another important aspect: regular stretching. You might be wondering how stretching can help with leg cramps. Well, tight muscles are more likely to cramp, so keeping them flexible can prevent those painful episodes. I make it a habit to stretch my calves and hamstrings every day, especially before bed. It only takes a few minutes, and it's something you can do while watching television or reading. Let me show you a couple of simple stretches you can try. First, for the calves. Stand facing a wall. Place your hands on the wall at about shoulder height and step 1 foot back, keeping it straight while bending the front knee. You should feel a stretch in the calf of the back leg. Hold this for 20 to 30 seconds and switch sides. For the hamstrings. Sit on the floor with your legs straight out in front of you. Reach towards your toes, keeping your knees straight until you feel a stretch in the back of your legs. Hold for 20 to 30 seconds. Doing these stretches regularly can help keep your muscles loose and less prone to cramping. But that's not all. There are more strategies I've found helpful, and I'll share those with you as we continue. For now, I encourage you to try these tips and see if they make a difference for you. Remember, small changes can lead to big improvements in your comfort and quality of life. Stay tuned for more, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. Welcome back. Before we dive into more tips, I truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart if you could take a moment to like this video and leave a comment if you find it helpful. Your support means a lot to me. Now, let's continue our journey to beating leg cramps at 70. I've found that staying active is one of the best ways to keep those cramps at bay. As we age, it's easy to slow down, but regular, gentle exercise can work wonders for our muscles and circulation. I make it a point to go for a short walk every day, even if it's just around the block. Walking is simple, doesn't require any fancy equipment, and is incredibly effective. When you walk, your leg muscles contract and relax, helping pump blood back to your heart. This improved circulation delivers oxygen and nutrients to your muscles, which can reduce the likelihood of cramps. I remember when I first started walking regularly, I was surprised at how much better I felt, not just with my leg cramps, but with my energy levels too. It's amazing what a little movement can do. Besides walking, I also incorporate some simple stretches into my routine. Regular stretching, especially before bed, keeps my muscles flexible and less prone to cramping. For example, you can try a standing calf stretch. Stand facing a wall, place your hands on the wall, and step 1 foot back, keeping it straight while bending the front knee. Hold for 20 to 30 seconds, then switch sides. This stretch targets the calf muscles, which are often the ones that cramp. Stretching helps lengthen your muscles, and since tight muscles are more likely to cramp, keeping them loose can prevent those painful contractions. Another activity I've come to love is Tai Chi. It's a gentle, low-impact exercise that improves balance, flexibility, and strength. Many seniors find it enjoyable, and you can do it at home or join a class at a local community center. Tai Chi involves slow, controlled movements that strengthen your muscles and improve your balance. The meditative aspect also helps reduce stress, which can indirectly ease muscle tension. I took a Tai Chi class at my community center, and it was so relaxing. I felt like my whole body was benefiting, and my cramps became less frequent. If you have access to a pool, water aerobics is another fantastic option. The water provides resistance, which helps strengthen your muscles without putting too much strain on your joints. Plus, it's a fun way to stay active, whether it's walking, stretching, Tai Chi, or water aerobics. The key is to find something you enjoy and can do consistently. Another thing I've learned is to avoid sitting or standing in one position for too long. If you're watching television or working at a desk, try to get up and move around every 30 minutes or so. This prevents your muscles from getting stiff and reduces the risk of cramps. I've made it a habit to stand up and stretch during commercial breaks or take short walks around the house. It's a small change, but it makes a big difference. Wearing proper footwear is also crucial. Make sure your shoes fit well and provide good support. Ill-fitting shoes can strain your feet and legs, which might lead to cramps. I switched to more comfortable, supportive shoes, and I think that's helped reduce my cramps. It's worth investing in a good pair, especially if you're on your feet a lot. When it comes to sleeping, I found that changing my position can make a difference. Sleeping on my back with a pillow behind my knees helps keep my legs in a relaxed position, which seems to prevent cramp. If you usually sleep on your side, try placing a pillow between your knees to maintain alignment. I also avoid heavy or tucked-in bedding, as it can push my feet downward and shorten my calf muscles. Experiment with different positions to see what works best for you. If you're taking medications, especially diuretics or high blood pressure meds, they might be contributing to your cramps. It's worth discussing this with your doctor to see if there are alternatives or if something else is going on. Medications can sometimes have unexpected side effects, so it's always good to check. If your leg cramps are severe or frequent, please consult your healthcare provider. They can help determine if there's an underlying condition that needs attention. Also, before starting any new exercise program, especially as a senior, prioritize safety. Always seek medical advice before beginning a new routine, particularly if you have pre-existing health conditions. Start with low-intensity exercises and gradually increase as your strength and endurance improve. Focus on correct form to prevent injuries, and if you feel pain or discomfort, stop and consult a professional. So, to wrap up this part, staying active with gentle exercises like walking, stretching, or Tai Chi, avoiding prolonged inactivity, wearing proper footwear, and adjusting your sleeping position can all help manage and prevent leg cramps. These changes have made a big difference in my life, and I hope they do the same for you. Stay tuned for the next part, where I'll share more life lessons and tips that have helped me live comfortably at 70. Welcome back. Before we dive into more tips, I truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. If you could take a moment to like this video and leave a comment if you find it helpful. Your support means a lot to me. Now, let's continue our journey to beating leg cramps at 70. We've already talked about some powerful habits, like staying hydrated, eating foods rich in potassium, calcium, and magnesium, and keeping active with gentle exercises and stretches. These changes have helped me sleep better and feel more comfortable, and I hope they're making a difference for you too. Today, I want to share a few more strategies that have been game changers for me, starting with what to do when a cramp catches you off guard. Even with all the prevention in the world, a cramp can sometimes sneak up, especially in the middle of the night. When that happens, there are a couple of tricks that can help you get relief fast. First, try gently stretching the muscle that's cramping. If it's your calf, for example, you can sit up, extend your leg, and pull your toes toward your head. This stretches the calf muscle and often stops the cramp in its tracks. Another thing I do is massage the area gently. Just rubbing the muscle with your hands can help it relax. Sometimes, I'll also grab a warm towel or a heating pad and place it on the spot. It feels so soothing and helps the muscle loosen up. These little actions can make a big difference, and they're easy to do right when you need them. But as much as these quick fixes help, I've learned that keeping leg cramps at bay is about looking at the bigger picture of my health. That's where regular checkups with my doctor come in. As we age, our bodies change, and sometimes leg cramps can be a sign of something else going on, like poor circulation or even a nerve issue. A few years ago, I was having more cramps than usual, despite doing all the right things. I went to my doctor, and after some blood tests, we found out I was low on magnesium. With her guidance, I started taking a magnesium supplement, and my cramps dropped off significantly. That experience taught me how important it is to stay on top of my health and not just assume cramps are a normal part of aging. So, if your cramps are frequent or really painful, please talk to your doctor. They can check for things like mineral deficiencies or other conditions and help you find the right solution. Speaking of deficiencies, there's another nutrient I want to mention: vitamin D. Some research suggests that low vitamin D levels might make muscle cramps more likely. I try to get a little sunlight every day. About 10 to 15 minutes is enough for me, depending on the weather. I also eat foods like salmon or fortified milk, which are good sources of vitamin D. If you think you might not be getting enough, you could talk to your doctor about a supplement, but always check with them first to make sure it's safe for you. It's a small step, but it could help keep those cramps away. Another thing I found helpful is paying attention to my shoes. Wearing comfortable, supportive footwear can really take the strain off your legs and feet. A while back, I noticed my old shoes were wearing out, and my legs felt achier than usual. I invested in a pair with good cushioning and arch support, and it's made a noticeable difference. If you're on your feet a lot, whether you're walking or just doing things around the house, a good pair of shoes is worth it. Sleep is another big piece of the puzzle. When we're well rested, our muscles are happier, and we're less likely to have cramps. If cramps are waking you up at night, try some of the things we've talked about, like stretching before bed or sleeping with a pillow behind your knees to keep your legs relaxed. I've also found that keeping my bedroom cool and avoiding heavy blankets helps, since tight bedding can sometimes trigger a cramp. Stress can sneak up on us too, and it's no friend to our muscles. When I'm stressed, I notice my body feels tenser, and that can make cramps more likely. I've started setting aside a few minutes each day to relax. Sometimes it's just sitting quietly with a cup of tea, taking deep breaths, or listening to soft music. Finding what calms you down, whether it's meditation, a walk in the park, or even chatting with a friend, can help keep your muscles relaxed and your mind at ease. Let me share a story that really brought this all home for me. When I first started dealing with leg cramps, I felt frustrated, like my body was letting me down. But instead of giving up, I decided to approach it like a puzzle. I tried different things, drinking more water, eating more bananas, stretching every night, and slowly, I figured out what worked for me. That persistence paid off, and now I have fewer cramps and more energy to enjoy my days. It wasn't always easy, but it taught me that small, consistent steps can lead to big changes. That brings me to one of the biggest life lessons I've learned. Aging is a gift, and how we care for ourselves shapes how we experience it. Yes, leg cramps are annoying, but they've pushed me to take better care of my body, and that's been a blessing. Every glass of water, every stretch, every walk around the block is a way of saying, I'm here, and I'm going to make the most of this life. A positive mindset has helped me see challenges like cramps not as roadblocks, but as opportunities to learn and grow. So, to wrap this all up, beating leg cramps at 70 is about building a lifestyle that supports your body. It's about staying hydrated, eating well, moving regularly, and listening to what your body needs. It's about working with your doctor to catch any issues early and staying persistent even when it feels tough. Most of all, it's about believing that you can feel better and live well at any age. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I hope these tips have given you some ideas to try, and I'd love to hear how they work for you. Please share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. It's so wonderful to connect with you all. If you found this video helpful, give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more tips on living your best life. Here's to fewer cramps, better sleep, and enjoying every moment we've got.